Welcome to Kopshemika, the most polluted corner of the new expanded European Union. The gases swirl so thickly you can't always see there's a factory here. It's processing toxic metals like lead. Industry needs what they make here, but who needs these fumes? I can smell the pollution, I can feel it in my eyes and nose, and I can even taste it. It's slightly sweet. For 60 years now, these clouds have drifted over this valley and down onto the plants, the animals, and of course the people. According to official figures, anyone who lives here can expect a life 9 years shorter than the national average. Look at the state of this man's mouth. The dark areas are typical of lead poisoning. Andrei Pervu works at the factory. This is the 5th time he's been poisoned. The stomach pains, he says, are unbearable. The doctor treating him saw 80 cases last year. The worst impact, says Marina Mariesh, is on the workers, but the smoke also affects local people, she says, especially the young. Growing up in the shadow of the factory carries a price. One study found a high level of lead in the children, and it was slowing their development. It itches my throat, this girl says, but what can I do? You can see how the pollution spreads, pumped out and then just left hanging low over the town and over the fields around it. Environmental researchers have measured the effects. Working with British scientists, they've recorded dangerously high levels of contamination.
Everything you touch here, everything you eat, you drink, I don't know in English.
Breathe.
To breathe bring you serious health problems.
So if you live here like Geza Matafi, what do you eat? His potatoes are bound to be contaminated. But he says he can't afford to buy any other food. He sees alarming signs around him. A neighbour's new lamb, born deformed. Geza blames the factory and the research backs him up. The family feels cursed by the pollution. Official documents record the levels of poisoning on their farm. 15, 10, 40, 70 times above normal. Even the homemade wine could be toxic.
We
get used to it because we grew up in this environment. The gas is always here. It's like a poison for children. Only people who live here know what it's like.
At the